Heading off site to my little smoke spot. 2 minutes walk down the lane and I'll jump back. I've had a right fucking to do today with this lady. She's a battle axe of a woman. Really got a chubby one for me. I'll tell you all about it. Once again, I've returned to Amish. I ain't found anywhere better to smoke than this. Obviously there's the place where I was at this morning at 6 in the morning, but it ain't ideal. Obviously I'm trying to smoke and get away with it. I think smoking at the back of them oil drums will be a very fucking short lasting experience, but this will do me. Bit of coverage from the road, so forgive the poor effort of a joint right there. I did a charitable deed last night. I gave fucking one of the next door neighbours a little doobie, and I'm now regretting my kind deeds. It's quite fitted anyway, because I've been slinging the last bit of these joints. It's that apple fritz still, it's not great. So how it all began then, this feud that's been running the length of the day now, and had many different bouts. It all began when I got sentenced rather to working on lane 4. So lane 4 is impeccably fast. I couldn't keep up, and I am putting in a shift. I'm not there like physically dragging my feet taking the piss, but the whole thing has stemmed from the fact that she says I weren't going fast enough and I needed to go faster, and I says I can't. She goes, yes you can. There's 2 guys here and they're filling up 2 baskets a pop and then sending them down, so every 30 seconds you have 4 baskets to deal with. They don't quite clip into place when you're stacking them either, because the potatoes are pretty much as big as the basket they're filling them. So she wants me to stack them, stick the labels on them, and it's just undoable. Like the guys next to us, I'll tell you about this, I'll spark that back up. The guys next to us have a lady there sticking labels on for them. So I says, how come I ain't got this lovely service? And she's saying, you've got to go faster, you've got to go faster. I'm like, I can't go faster. She goes, well, if you don't like then you can go home. And I was thinking, hold on lady, I ain't letting you ruin my fucking plans of world domination. You have no authority around here. So after that I was done with her. I thought, I ain't trying to fucking talk back to you, because you just keep shouting. I think she's Polish, so she's the angry blonde Polish lady. That's all I'm going to deem her as. I ain't going to make up a name for her. She's not worthy of one. I'll just say what she is. The angry blonde lady. Flapping her arms around, doing all this and that. So I just say back, look, she goes to me, aisle 5. So I goes to aisle 5. Then she comes and finds me like 5 minutes later. Like, what are you doing? I'm like, whoa. I said, you fucking told me to come here. Well, she done like a hand gesture. It's not my fault. I can't fucking understand her, is it? So then she were mad at me because I couldn't keep up the pace. Eventually she's fucking had me booted off. She's had me swapped with someone else who was faster on the line and that. But before this there was like a couple more interactions, and I'm just like, I ain't even looking at her at this point. I'm just like ignoring her and hope that she'll go away when she comes and approaches me about shit. Another thing she got all crazy about was the labels. I didn't stick the fucking labels on them, and they go on the inside, so like after you put the next row on the stack, it hides the previous labels, so you got to do it as you go in. And she's like, what the fucking label, how are you going to do this, all this and that? I goes, look, first day on this line lady, don't get all ratty about it like I didn't know. She clearly don't know who I am, does she? She don't know that I got 2 jobs, son, and I don't need this shit. I do need this shit actually, but I don't want it. I don't want to be fucking shouted at by an angry Polish lady when you can't really hear her because the machinery is loud. So I gets moved. Anyway, I thought I was all done with her, never had to see her again. I then come in from break, gone out for a glass of water and a light snack, a little Nature Valley biscuit, and I've snapped off the last bit in the canteen and that, and I'm just walking into the hallway and I'm about to eat my last bit. I think I've even got it in my mouth at this point. She comes around the corner, no food and coffee in the hallway. And I just looked at her and shrugged. Before this one as well, she was shouting at me. I just smiled at her. I thought, I ain't letting you bring me down, lady. Just cracked a little, hit her with the beam. She fucking went mad. This is when she stormed off and went and got me replaced and put on a different line. But she's been actively trying to grass me up, get me done. So after she catches me having a snack in the hallway, she then goes and tells one of the main managers. And he just comes to me like, you can't eat or drink in here. I was like, I didn't know, mate. I'm sorry. I'll dignify him with a response, but I'm done talking with that lady. After I shrugged my shoulders at her about the snack, She walks off. What's the matter with these people? All this and that. She didn't even have the decency to slag me off in her own language so I couldn't understand what she was saying. There's no need for it. She's just rude and angry. But I guess that's what the potato place does to you. Sends the authority to your head as well, by the looks of things, because there's like a load of little line managers, and they're like the ones running the show. But they do an awful lot of arm flapping and sighing and shit, and goddamn, I feel for them people, I really do. Yeah, this is second break anyway, nearly 2 o'clock. I've gone a bit earlier today. But I knew I was wise to not go out for a break, I was wise to not go out for a doobie break earlier on in the day when I was working next to her, because I knew it'd be bad news. It's now 2 o'clock. I've about dealt with this little Jeffrey. It's quite nice actually, even though it's so tiny. So I'm going to deal with the rest of this, go and eat my chicken tikka sandwich and get back on the floor. Last 4 hours, or last 4.5 hours of fun. Just coming back to me memory as well. Another to-do that I had with her, I was fucking 1 minute late off break. I looked at the clock, it was like 1 minute 15 or 1 minute 30 or something. She's like, you were late. I guess 1 minute. I wasn't going to make this a strain review, but I've gone and picked up a little smoke after work. Some RS11. I think we have done this one before, of course. Obviously I've smoked RS11 before. But yeah, it's a lovely bit of smoke there. A little 2G nugget. Quite a handsome little fellow, isn't he? Strap one up and I'll continue this little potato fiasco story. So I'm just here with my little joint of the RS11. About to get real busy on this. Smells phenomenal. And where I'm at right now, there's absolutely no lighting whatsoever unless I sit here and hold the lighter. And I sure to hell ain't doing that. Sure as hell, I'm not doing that. But I'm going to smoke a little bit of me RS11. And I'll probably just come back and finish this when I'm somewhere you can see me face while I'm talking to you. But just as a reminder to myself, in case I forget, it's about potato beef. I wanted to mention the Spudman and Spud Bros, who I prefer out of the two. Obviously I've got to go with the home side with the Spudman and Little Spud. But that's not just because he's from Tamworth and I'm from Atherstone, which is 7 miles apart. It's because I don't actually like the Spud Bros. I think the little copying bastards, like last Spud of the Day free and that, we all know who invented that, Spudman, and a couple other things to do. Don't like it, you know, filming the fucking Spud selling activities and that. Who invented it again? Spudman, not the Spud Bros. Fuck the Spud Bros. It's potato beef all over the place. And then there was another fucking geezer getting aggy at work, some old cunt. They like to shout commands and flap their arms around, these Europeans. And you know, I've gone 10 days there without being pissed off by anyone, and then 2 of them have pissed me off in 1 day. So yeah, I've done quite well today. They were testing my patience, trying to knock me off my grind. I very nearly said fuck the lot of them and left the place, but I thought no, I'm going to keep my cool and collect my coin, you know. Coin, securing the coin, as Snowy Danger would say. And also securing the lovely bud. That's what it's all about. Work hard, smoke nice. Yeah, it's a proper bit of RS11, that is. First proper bit of smoke I've had in a good few days as well. Everything that's been about has been a bit shit, I can't lie to you. Some squirrels jumping around in the bushes. It's a bit fucking concerning actually. Just waiting for some glowing eyes or something. As promised, I'm back. It's daylight, you can see the face. And I just wanted to tell you about this second little potato drama that I had on that day. So I then come back off second break and I'm stuck with this old dude. I haven't worked with him yet in the day. I think they've just moved someone around and they've put him with me. So I'm doing my best. I'm thinking, right, he's an old dude. I'm going to take all the heavy lifting. I'm not going to make him do nothing. Obviously it would be unfair. I'm young and fit. He looked to be about late 60s. I'd say 65, but looked about 70. So I'm like, alright, I'm going to pull the weight. I'm going to make it easy for him. And then he starts flapping his arms around and going mardy about certain things and stuff like that. So I'm thinking, fuck you. I ain't going to actually bite the bullet and do all the hard work. I'm going to make you do your fair bit like you should. So then we go on to a different section, and it's one where you hold the basket underneath this conveyor belt, you fill it up with roughly 16 kilos of potatoes, you push it down, and the next person weighs it and then stacks it. So again, I was just on the tough bit. I thought I'll swap over, I'll go on the easy bit now, because I ain't doing all the hard work, because this cunt's flapping his arms around, being all aggy and that. So I go on the easy section, and he continues to get more and more pissed off with me, because instead of sending about 16 kilos of taters down, sometimes I'm leaving the basket under a bit too long. Because it's his fault, because he's not moving fast enough, he's holding up the line. And then he's going like, boy, puta, all this and that, getting really pissed off. So I'm like, you know what, fuck you, brother. I ain't even trying, I'll just send them down. I'm sending them down 10 kilos. He's like, boy, what the fuck, 10 kilo? It should be 16. So when there's like a discrepancy, too much or too little, they have to either add or take it away. And just because of how much he was screwing, I thought, yeah, I'm just going to double down on it. I'm going to keep sending them over full and that, which was cuntish. But again, don't shout at me, don't start flapping your arms around. In the finish, he come up to me and said, please, 16 kilo, please. I was like, alright, I've broke you now. You're not angry, you're just defeated. You'll get your 16 kilos, but don't shout at me like some dickhead, because I ain't a dickhead. Alright? But yeah, it's not his fault, it's just the way they talk. Same with the Polish lady. A lot of them are just really brash and upfront, and that's how they are. Couple that with the fact that the machinery is really loud, it just allows people to think that they can shout and be rude to you when there's no fucking need. And yeah, it is what it is. But that's something we'll have to deal with if I'm to continue working at the potato place. It's going to be a bit of a battle, but it is what it is. I kind of like it because it stops you from having to engage in any form of conversation with anyone, which is quite nice actually when you're doing such a terrible job. I feel like if the machines were quiet, you'd be able to hear people's misery, their discontent at being in that factory, but because the machinery is so loud, you don't have to listen to that shit. But yeah, that's it. That's the Work Break Stream Review season 9, episode 5. Potato Ops, we'll call that one. Potato Operative, Potato Ops. I'll see you in the next one, good people.